Hello and welcome to another episode of Pieces of Gold. And today I am conversing and having a chat with the incredible Taylor James. Thank you, Taylor. Put it on you again last
yes,
minute.
You have.
Can we just talk? Can we please just talk? It's just about aligning everything, isn't it? So, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. You know that. It's always a pleasure.
Firstly, how are you?
I'm okay. I like that we have these kind of conversations and realise like we probably should have recorded that. But yeah, no, I'm good. It's, you've used the word before we hit the recording button, the alignment button. Obviously, I think the alignment button. Wish there was an alignment button.
There we go. There is one in us. Yeah. We have to access and find it, don't we?
Other people could find theirs. Not here to...
It's all about alignment.
Yes.
I think that's a big thing about today, because our conversation before we sat down to record, we just talked about where we're at, what our challenges have been.
But I think that was...
you've been so busy, you said, when I come in, it's just like, it's full on.
Yeah.
Which is great, But
the last time we spoke, I think it was at the start of the year. I think it was January.
And it was snowing outside.
It was snowing.
So beautiful.
It was... In fact, no, it was the start of Feb. So it was snowing, it was freezing cold. We were talking about the year of the fire horse. There was a lot of change.
Yeah.
And obviously, from what I know and obviously talking to you, from like February to now we're recording in April, there has been, in your words, a lot of wallops. So
I couldn't have wrote it, but I have written it. Thank God.
Tell me,
I couldn't have foreseen it. So, just even in the last few months, the shifts and changes have been intense on every single level. So navigating through the path that I'm on, which is growth and transformation.
Yes.
The work that I was doing. I've mentioned this a few times before, and I think it resonates with a lot of people. When you are coming out from doing what once served and worked, which no longer is, and having a pull and a drive to change it, elevate it, incorporate new approaches, and grow, it comes with a period of adjustment, uncertainty, crippling doubt. You get tested, right? And, you find that people, because you have to adapt and be very mindful of, where you're placing your time, your energy, then you come with the external changes as well. Mm. So for me, the last few months of navigation challenges have been personal.
Yeah.
Have been adjustments and facing a medical diagnosis, which is all good. Thankfully. That was quite a bit of a weight.
And it's heavy, isn't it? It's the as you said, like it's the uncertainty. It's like it's the fear. There's a lot that comes with that. Let alone, and you're just kind of expected just to carry on.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
This is it. When I still, you still have to do. And I decided, look, even though this is pending, and I don't know what the outcome is going to be, either way, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep building. I'm going to keep doing what I do. Keep supporting the new clients that are coming in. Still do the writing, or what's the alternative? Give up, fall into despair, and for me that was not an option. I did have those feelings at points, which is natural. But I thought, no. We'll deal with it each day. You just keep stepping one foot for the other. In fact, actually, Taylor, when we were in the old studio, in that day, and it was snowing, and we were talking, I felt so fragile in myself. And coming and being able to sit down and converse with you was light for me. It was giving me purpose. It was giving me drive. It was giving me strength. The laughter we shared, and the thing, just keep going. It's medicine. It really is medicine. So, yeah. So I've had all that.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's a lot. It is a lot. You mentioned a key word for me there, medicine. Right. So I know what you offer, like what you do on a job, obviously the energy healing, you know. Sorry, I just choked on my own spit. That's disgusting. I'll do that bit again. That was minging.
Oh, and I love this. It's raw and organic recording as well.
Oh, God.
No chops and editing in this. I love it.
So, yeah, from a medicine point of view, I know you offer like energy healing, like, I think it's the word, I keep going to say vibration, and I don't,
It
obviously,
is.
yeah.
It's
So, obviously, you,
energy facilitator.
yes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
massages, you know, affirmations, it all. When the shit hits the fan, how do you look after you in that? You know, you are so, you know, used to giving so much away that when that does get a little bit much for you, how do you kind of like, I guess, medicate yourself from a holistic point of view to get you through those days?
Well, self-care is really important. And my work is quite bespoke. It's very specialist. It has evolved and naturally become what it is today, and it is still expanding and growing, you know. So my hands-on energy work, there's lots of people doing healing and energy work in different ways. I've been very lucky, well, blessed, thank you, my past self. I went and trained in a variation of different things, and it's kind of amalgamated now and come together. So my hands-on, as soon as this is what the thing is, as soon as we are in a close proximity of someone, we're exchanging energy. We are always reading each other's energies. So we know when something's off. We know when we can feel. We feel. And people go, "You feeling right?" And they go, "Yeah." But people lie.
You can almost smell it. Some people.
Literally. Body language, energy, everything. We are receptors and antennae, literally walking conscious receptors and antennae. However, not everyone is aware and conscious. I will get to your question about me. But firstly, when you train and start to understand that everything is speaking, the body speaks, the mind and the body and the energy body, it's all intertwined. It is as one. So if the mind's not balanced or in alignment, the body will definitely feel that, and then the energy is disrupted, the energy flow. So the work that I do, mainly with women, I'll offer a safe container where they can have the opportunity to have a reset. So it's like defragging a computer, a laptop. You know that?
Yeah.
So what happens is, and I'll use a multitude of different techniques and tools and practices, which will be right for them, because everybody's in different places. You know, some people are a lot more open and receptive to going a bit deeper, and some it's new, and it might be a little bit jarring. Like, I'm not sure about that, because you're invading someone's energy space. It's a personal thing. So I'll select what's right for them. Obviously, converse. They agree. We go in. They do some work. So as I said, it's like defragging a laptop, a computer. And then usually 9 times out of 10, they will fall asleep, which is this computer now will shut down and reboot when do not touch it. Leave them. Yeah. Okay. So, that's where the magic happens. Yeah. So they come back and they've got a reset. Now, how do we maintain that? Okay. Like we do with our car, we get it serviced. We service ourselves like we do with any electricals, you know. What do? I've learnt the importance of, through experiencing burnout and fatigue, maintenance, self-care is really important. So I will do things like run. Yeah. I'll do things like stretching. I do prayer, a multitude, breath work. I've got almost like a tool bag. Yeah. I meditate right. I do things that fill me up with light, balance, calm, dancing, fantastic. The body, we are, like I say, we are receptors and antennae. We are like batteries as well. So we have to be very mindful of how much is your output and what's your input. And learn what's going to work for you and balance it out. So this is the key thing. Especially, I've got a workshop coming up on the 25th of April. I've got some incredible, wonderful ladies coming and attending. And I've got two very beautiful guests that are also supporting and collaborating. Incredible sound bath. Now, frequency, energy, everything's got a vibration. Everything is a vibration. I'm not just making this up. It's science. There's books on books on books. Everything's backed up. Science backs it up now. Everything is vibration, and so are we.
Yeah. And I will back that up. Like, obviously, I'm not as holistic as obviously as you. However, from experiencing my own kind of like sound bath, I can fully like back that up because I felt and heard and kind of like
you felt it,
things moving that I didn't think, like I almost felt very emotional.
Yeah,
there was a lot of laughter, but obviously when you're in a silent room, like it was that feeling of like I need to laugh. So there was
That's
a lot kind of going on. Yeah,
that's your heart.
There was a lot going on, so I can really back it up. And I think especially like I love the fact that, especially like you mentioned, like you only work with women.
I do.
Now, obviously, you're a mom, you're an incredible friend, like you're very high functioning, like female. And I think in this day and age when the not average, but like the view of what a female is completely changed, like, which I absolutely love. Obviously, it's very traditional for women to stay at home, do this, whereas there's a lot now where I've got a lot of friends who are female who are like very career driven, like, nope, I'm not going to be like that. I'm focusing on me. I'm doing this for myself. However, with that, especially in this day and age, comes a lot of fatigue, burnout. If there is a high functioning woman who is listening to this, who were thinking like, I need a bit of a reset, what advice would you give them? And if obviously to work with you, what do they need to do?
Well, they've got options. There's a variation of options if they are wanting to come and work with me. Now they can free consultation with all prospective clients. It's they've got the reset. Now they can book anything from minimum of 2 hours to 5.
Wow.
And then it really depends what they've got going on in their life right now, what they're juggling, what they're managing, what they're navigating, what their body needs, what their mind needs. So there's a multitude of factors, hence why consultation is important. I've also got a 4-week one-to-one mentorship now available Monday to Friday. I'm available. It is a voice messaging service. So they, at any point they feel they need to connect, offload, just get that out. They send it to me. Yeah. It's a conversion. In that time, that 4 week as well, they're also given simple daily foundational practices that they can incorporate into their own life. And we also have a 1 week hour Zoom. So depending again on what it is I feel is going to work for them.
Yeah.
It could be that we talk. It could be that we're doing some sort of practices together. So I walk with them. I don't do it for them. I've got clients who are navigating some serious challenges in their business. I've got, people that are going through deep grief right now, having had catastrophic loss. And then I've got people who just really just value and understand the importance of maintenance.
Yeah.
And they just want to take themselves up to that next level. I've got women that are coming away out of addiction or come off antidepressants for 20 years. Really is variation. Now, what the most important thing is that And what I really value and understand is important, because it was for me when I was going through all my
Yeah.
growth and healings. They were deep healings. Is that you feel safe and you trust the person that you're going to be working with, or who's going to be working, especially if it's
Yeah.
hands on. So there's options there. I don't have all the answers, but I have solutions of a variation solutions that will help to keep going in life. For me, it all stems back. It stems back to my mum. And that now gives me love and purpose for working with other people to help them to keep going. We don't give up. We keep going. Learning to adapt. Learning to be kinder to ourselves. Learning to navigate fear, uncertainty, health, with genuine, authentic support is key. Because not everyone has that in them to be able to offer. A lot of people, even people we love, just haven't experienced it yet.
But I think that is also one of the key things as well. And I fully stand by it. And I think I've spent a lot of time with you. So when your body language changed then, and I knew what you were about to say, I almost took a gulp. You might probably be able to hear it in the recording. I knew what you were about to say and where this comes from, that drive to kind of help, especially women, become the best version, to realise like you're not on your own. But one thing that I've always respected and loved about what you do is that you've been through the trenches. You continue to crawl through the trenches.
I'm still growing and navigating my own stuff.
But you're still moving forward. And I think as well, like it's such a kind of almost like childish, I guess, kind of like way of looking at it. But you wouldn't learn how to ride a bike from someone who couldn't ride a bike. So the fact that you are in that place sometimes in the trenches with those women, kind of helping them, pulling them through, even when, putting on their life mask before you put on yours, like is so powerful. And I think anyone who does work with you, well, I think they will pick up on that very early on. And I think the fact that you're still kind of like going through it is just that kind of, I don't know, that kind of like that shared strength.
It's gold.
Like,
it's gold. It is a strength. You are right, Taylor. It is 100%. It's not I never wake up and think, oh God, poor me. I'm and I'm going through all these things. I wake up and I go, thank you. Because I'm getting exactly what I asked for.
Yeah.
Exactly what I chose to grow, to elevate, to be a safe container, to be a powerful creative. It's elevated my writing, like it's took it to another level. I'm in love, literally in love with everything I do. And it, and the feedback I receive, it just solidifies that I'm definitely on the right path. When women open up and they share their truth and they feel safe enough to do that, and when I see and I can witness them cracking open and finding their own pieces of gold and accessing their own light, and pick things up off themselves, that a lot of it doesn't even belong to us anyway. Repair and reclaim and come back to themselves. For me, it's like, and I just there's no feeling like it. I feel it here. It's like light. I'm certainly not a perfect person. I'm still learning and growing. I get things wrong sometimes. More probably for myself than anyone else. I could sit with someone else. I could sit with you all day, pour into you. But I'm still navigating. But I do it so much better and more effective than I ever did before, especially my younger self.
But you're a mother. You're a healer.
I'm a granny.
Yeah, exactly. So like you're
exactly.
But like you're so used to giving. So obviously those kind of like pouring your back into you is obviously going to feel like
it was foreign.
Yeah.
And I battled with I feel selfish. I felt a lot. I went through the I must do this. Obligation and what's the word? It's like, well, there's these people in my life, and that I've been given a certain level of standard of time and care and attention. And when I realised I had to really start organising myself and creating more of a structure, discipline, consistency, I struggled with it at first. But then it was like I realised, this has to happen. It's so important. And I have discovered that the people who truly do see me and value me, it's even more so.
Yeah.
And the people who just enjoyed the take have fallen away. I'm not knocking anyone. It's just something that was brought to my attention. But this is natural. This is normal.
I was literally just about to say.
But that has to happen because sometimes people do need a lot. So, and there's always going to be people that will always give. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
However, it's important that we do learn. It's wonderful to be of service and give, but we have to learn to be able to give more to ourselves and be emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually independent as much as we possibly can. We've got to grow.
You have to. And I'm going to throw this back at you because you actually said this very early on when I first met you about, I think we had quite a similar conversation where I'm very similar to you. Like I will always go above and beyond. I'll always try to make people be the best versions of themselves, happy.
Yeah.
And you said the words, I think it was always like reason and season with people. And then recently I've experienced a lot where, especially with like the business, stepping into like a very different stage of my life now, setting myself up for the next 5 years, which is I never thought I'd have the luxury of doing. I was very much just like day to day, week to week. It was never long-term plans. And there was a bit of turbulence, a bit of a rough patch with different like clients and different things going on. And there was like an old version of me that kind of crept in to be like, well, they're doing this to you. They're doing this to you. Like they don't respect this. They don't respect this. But then it was that kind of little voice that kicked in. I was like, is this happening to you or is this happening for you? Because if that person is behaving a certain way and it doesn't kind of sit with your core or your values or it doesn't align with you, I think they're kind of showing you who they are and kind of like it's okay now to take a step back. Because the more I continue to kind of like nurture that, almost like that fire, the bigger it's going to get, the more it's going to burn. So it's time to step away.
Yeah.
So it is kind of like, I guess, validating what you've just said. Like people do come into your life for a reason or for a season. And I think I've said it to you before on your show that, we wouldn't have winter, we wouldn't have spring, we wouldn't have summer, we wouldn't have autumn if things weren't supposed to change. It is a very natural part of life.
Yeah, a cycle of growth, cycle of change, so cycle of transformation. You, Taylor, you're another example of growth and transformation. And
you calling me fat?
Still elevate her.
You calling me fat?
Oh, God.
You're an example of growth.
You are.
Thanks, Sarah. I feel great.
It's all right, love.
Wasn't expecting to be on camera today either.
I'm not always perfect.
Yeah.
But you are a beautiful example of growth. You do make me chuckle. Starting off in your kitchen, doing what you're doing. And obviously you had your whole life before that as well. So I'm just going from that point to where you are now, what you've learned. And when we experience friction, when something isn't aligned anymore, like you say, some things come in for a time and we have to then elevate, shift, change, adapt. And we have to let go of that rope because it's burning our hands. And then what remains is space to breathe, to adjust, to reconfigure things. But if we're holding on too tight, but I wanted this, I did ask for this, I get everything I asked for. Sometimes I get what I asked for, then I go, oh, actually,
change your mind.
This isn't working.
That's what receipts are for. So you can always take it back.
Isn't working for me, it's like, but I've learned something every single time. And everything that you've learned, from every friction that you've experienced, as well as the successes, and you've had loads of those as well, and your incredible stories. But just looking at the friction, because I feel a lot of people may kind of resonate. This may resonate with them. Friction is there when something needs to give, when something needs to be released, let go of. It's not working right now. Whether it's in a relationship, give it space, let go. Whether it's business or it's study or it's something, just let go, release it, And then what remains, if it goes off, disappears, it's gone, that was it, then But if it releases and then it still's there, okay, it just needed to grow. It needed to adapt. So
It's like a goldfish, though, isn't it? A fish.
Is that what you were seeing?
Yeah. Like if you put a fish in a very small bowl, it will obviously go to a certain kind of like size, but it will only ever like
a plant.
Yeah, it will stay.
That's not real, by the way.
Yeah. All right. My God.
But you are right.
I tried.
We are exact. Everything is the same.
Yeah.
Whether it's a little fish and I go, please put it in a big aquarium.
Yeah. But it's like crabs. Is it?
Oh, the crab.
Is it crabs?
This is pieces of gold, okay, with a little bit of Laurel and Hardy.
I just pointed you at some crabs. But
the crab bucket syndrome.
But yeah, so obviously they shed their shell, like when they need to kind of, obviously when they get to a certain size, they leave it on the beach. Obviously then they try and find a new one and then they go into it. So it is like...
But yeah, you're right. Snakes shed skin. Eagles bite their claws off and smash their beaks. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And when they get to a certain point in their life cycle and they have to do it, or else, because they get to a certain length, they can't work with it, so they have to smash it off and pull them off to shorten it down so they can die.
Wow.
But
that's evolution.
Trees
that's natural.
Shed leaves. They go, they're out with the old, and the spring comes like it is now.
Oh, do you know what? You've just reminded me. This is
beautiful.
ridiculous. There is a leaf under this chair. I don't understand how it got there, but I think it's gone through this tiny little window, and I keep meaning to pick it up and put it in the bin. I know it's under my chair now. I hope it's a leaf anyway.
There's a leaf under your chair.
Can you see the leaf?
Yes, I can. Okay.
I keep seeing it out the corner of my eye.
It's talking to you, baby. That's
to get real plants.
Well. When you start connecting with yourself, you start connecting with everything else that's around you. You see the signs, you see the symbols. Like I said to you earlier, and we were laughing about it, and you were like, "What do you do?" And I went, "I've been out running, like Forrest Gump. I'm there." Come on,
can we actually give a little bit of context about that? Because you did voice note me as you were running through a forest, and it sounded like you were in a lot of danger.
Hi, Taylor.
Yeah. Which
just want to let you know.
Yeah. So on my way home, I'm there like, oh, I've got a voice note from Sarah. And it's like, I was like, oh my God, what is happening? It was like, hope you're okay. Just can I book things with this studio? I was like, this woman.
I'm all right, by the way. I'm just out my run. Oh, it's so funny. But, go down that run. Like you say, when you swim,
yes,
that is how you
gives you clarity.
Suddenly start filing everything. Mine's running. Before it was like I used to do loads of yoga and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can shift and adapt and change. Don't just be a one-trick pony with your practices or what your body, how you get back in alignment with yourself. There's so many ways. But on this particular day in that run, I got 2 blue ticks come. Now that's symbolic for me because there's a story behind all that. My dad, dragonflies. Big fat queen, I thought it was queen bee, but big bumblebee came right past me. I mean, I was running, I just stopped and it come and I just like...
It was like slow motion.
Beautiful. And then these yellow butterflies just seemed to come out. And then when I looked up in the sky, their circling was a bird of prey. And I was like, well... You can't get any more messages than that, can you, right now, Sarah? What more do you want? And I've got this tree, and I've mentioned about this tree before.
Yes, you have, actually.
I do love this tree. And I highly recommend, go get yourself a tree. If you've got one in your garden, go and connect with it. Just stick your arms around it. Trust me, it just takes everything off you. But she's decorated with all these feathers now that I've been finding over time on my runs. But I literally go to this tree and I wrap my arms around it, and I just feel when I come away like lighter, lifted, rooted.
Yeah.
And
it works.
just things like that. You don't have to believe, like, oh, I believe it. It's just try it. Just do these things. There's a lot out there, wisdoms that to teach you about how to come back to yourself, how to realign your energy. We're going to get knocked out every day in one form or another. Somehow, things come in like whammies, unexpected changes. I've had a few recently that can really knock you out of alignment. You can knock your sleep, knock your appetite, knock your emotions, knock your mental, your mind, your mental health. So what do you do when that happens? Well, if you've been investing in yourself and doing the work and practices just a little bit each day, when they come in, you can draw upon these things. I can tap into that. I can tap into this. This is just going to keep me from drowning right now. That person's a rock, a trusted container. This is why we do it. Don't wait for things to start going wrong, or for catastrophes to come in, or heartbreak to hit. Invest in yourself anyway. Even when life is good, still get up in the morning, do your gratitude, do your bit of your mirror, whatever you choose to do.
Yeah, well, no, I think you're absolutely spot on. It's this kind of similar thing to therapy, isn't it? Like, you don't wait until the wheels fall off to, get yourself in there. Like,
Don't
these
wait,
kind of practices.
Because sometimes if you're not investing in yourself and you're not in taking more mindful care of yourself on every level, because life does hit at times, it's inevitable. Things are going to come in. We have no control of external forces. We can influence it. So when it happens, what are you going to do? Who are you going to call? Not Ghostbusters. So that's why it's so important that we have, and there are so many wonderful facilitators, healers, space holders, all these people now that it's all coming up. We can't get enough of it, but people who are genuinely doing the work, coming from the place of service and connection, not just doing it from ego and commerciality, from a commercial perspective. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely spot on. Doing it for the right reasons for them, not because they feel like they need to do it because it's going to impress
because you
someone
feel it.
else.
When
100%.
something's like is
100%.
when there's magic happening, because you feel it.
Yeah. I started doing it here. I started doing the hot kettlebell classes, and completely out of my comfort zone. Like, this isn't probably for me. Thinking it's only for a certain type of person, or I don't fit into that kind of aesthetic or that kind of lifestyle. And it's just actually, you don't have to. If it's that one thing that kind of gets you through it, or it's de-stressing you, or it's putting a smile on your face, it's the right thing to be doing.
100%.
And that's what I love about the whole kind of range of offerings that you kind of, offer to all of your kind of your clients, is the fact that it's not just, I'm coming to you for this one thing. You might have that one kind of problem and I need a little bit of guidance, but there is so much at play with you. There's breath work, affirmations, trust, strength building, guidance, healing, it's a full toolkit with you that
100%.
people get.
I've got a bag. I feel like Mary Poppins of holistic world now, and it's wonderful. And I do love teaching people as well. I love it. People come to a workshop and I go, right, here you go. Now go off, do it for yourself. I've mentored people. Now it's my work, it's my business, it's my life, and more importantly, everything I do with the people, I do for me. So, because it works. Anyway.
Which but automatically builds trust.
Yeah,
Because there's
and
authenticity
it's
there.
so important.
You're
You've got to
walking
have
the walk and
trust.
talking the talk.
It's, if you haven't got, look, if you don't trust in what you're doing, and you don't value it, and you're not in love with what you're doing the wrong thing. Go and find something that ignites your fire. By the way, my workshop's called Ignite. If it don't light you up, it's not your thing.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you just need to do a little bit more internal navigating. Go and learn something, or you know, maybe that I haven't done yet. Go and find something. Bring your light out into the world. Light yourself up, because there's no better feeling than seeing someone else light up because you passed on a little bit of something that you have learned that works for you. You know, it's gold. It's gold. What else was I going to say to you, Taylor? So now I wanted to talk about a little bit about you, about where you're at now with 22 productions.
Yes.
I want to know about a little bit about you, because I've talked loads about my stuff.
Well,
And where you're heading, and what's coming up for you, and what you're navigating.
Yeah, it's transitioning from 22 productions. So 22 productions will no longer be a thing.
Okay.
So
there's a shift there.
there's a shift.
An evolution. I love that.
And I don't think I've said it out loud to anyone as of yet.
Okay.
Obviously, I've kept it in. But the new business is going to be called Tailor Made Podcasts.
Tailor Made Podcast. Well, that's it. I love that.
Yeah.
I felt something was, I know you've been navigating a lot. There's been choices and decisions to be made. And this is the thing, I totally get it. You know, it was like when I was going out and I was like, well, what am I going to call myself? Because Sarah Zebs.
Yeah.
Sarah Zebs on Insta, Sarah Zebs on my website. Just Sarah Zebs LinkedIn, Sarah Zebs, that's it. You with the brand.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, we've both had that lovely, wonderful, adventurous path of navigating, collaborating, working with, doing. And then when you come back home to yourself, it's like, well, it's me that you're investing in.
I tried to overcomplicate it so much.
But we do.
In terms of, it's human. And then there was a day a few weeks ago where I've been working with a huge kind of organisation that we got invited up to Manchester to go to like a launch event of something that I've been working on with them, which is like insane. Like, I don't think I realised until I took a step back to be like, this is a big deal. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to go. Don't think I'm going to go. Like, there was a lot going on in that week. I was like, it's a bit too much. Anyway, last minute, I was like, do you know what? I know I am going to go. Like, it'll be good, like, to get, like, be around the people who I've kind of created with. And then it was the guy who was stood up talking, and he said, like, you know, this is a tailor-made thing. And it was like, as soon as I heard it, I was like,
Ding.
that's the name.
There you go.
Because I'd probably say for 2 months, I've been like, don't know what to call it. Don't know what's going on. And then he said it, and I was like,
There's the gold.
I
Love that.
And like, that was why I needed to be there. That's why you should celebrate your successes and not shy away from them. There were so many lessons in that short space of time of being in Manchester. I was like, okay. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm petrified, but I'm kind of taking your advice here with the toolkit, giving myself what I need. You know, it doesn't have to always be like holistic. I need to look after like myself physically and mentally. So yeah, I'm excited, petrified, but it wouldn't be happening if it wasn't supposed to be happening.
Absolutely. You are in alignment. You are, you know, you're walking your path, and it's not meant to be easy. It is meant to be a little bit petrifying. You know, it's natural to feel like, what am I going to do? Because you never really fully know what to do until you're there.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, I'm all right because I've got this. Everything's in there. Everything is already in me. And you know what to pull out.
But it's being present, like you said it
just
earlier. You know, you were running through, you know, the park, and you know, you got the bird of prey, you got the bumblebee, you've got the butterflies. You could have just ran straight past all of that and just be like, I'm too busy, I'm not stopping, like, get out of my way, kind of thing, carried on.
Yeah.
But you didn't. You stopped and you looked around. You took around, like, everything that was like going on around you, which I don't think we do enough of. We don't kind of like fully submerge ourselves in the present.
In being present.
We're so focused on like what's coming next or worrying about what's just been that we're missing out on what's happening right now. If I hadn't have gone to that event, I wouldn't have celebrated kind of like the hard work and like that bit of success. 2, I wouldn't have the new name for my business. Like, and 3, I wouldn't be sat here telling you this story. So do you know what I mean? Like, it's all these things that you don't have to do anything dramatic. Just take a bit of a pause, re-collaborate, as you said, like a laptop. It's okay to reboot. It's okay to reset. It's okay to recharge. Like, you need to do that, because if you want those things and you want to keep elevating, you want to keep moving forward, you do need to give yourself what you need. Otherwise,
you need
you
the
are going
energy
to,
for it.
you know, we've both experienced burnout to like a very quite severe degree.
Very much so, yeah.
Not again. Like, we've got the tools. So if I wasn't a man, I would be booking in with you for your sessions.
Well, I do. I specialise working with women, but I have got some male clients.
Yeah.
But my main base of my work is with women.
That's your core.
It is. It is. It is. I do know plenty of other males that do work with males. Physically hands-on stuff. Yeah, I do have some clients, but they will come to the clinic.
Yes.
You know, I don't do a home reset.
Obvious.
But yeah. So I do guys as well. But obviously, you know, it's. But I've come away from how I used to it years and my work has very much evolved and transformed. And yeah, I'm a very different person to who I used to be. I've been through the whole survival.
Are you different, or are you the person you're supposed to be?
Well, I always have been this person, but I was carrying a lot of limiting beliefs. I wasn't taking as good a care of myself previously. Yeah, there was a lot there that needed to be let go of, adjusted, healed, evolve, grow, you know, and loved. And it wasn't an overnight process. This road of life, the path of life, you know, when someone says, you know, I want to be more like this, okay. Well, you'll always be working on that, because you'll always be mindfully bringing yourself back to that awareness of what you want to be more of. We don't get to like, I want to be more love. I'll be done by next week. And then I'm there. You want to be more love until you take your last breath. You keep working on it bit by bit. The monks, I love that. Oh, the Shaolin monk online, I follow him. I love him. I'm a bit obsessed. I love Davina. I'm a bit obsessed. I'm a bit obsessed with Tony Robbins and Wayne Dyer and all these incredible, you know, people that speak from experience and truth. I just feel they're medicine for me. I drink that daily in one form or another. And, you know, and that's what it is. It's about just putting in light, giving out light.
Yeah.
You know, laughter. I mean, what is that thing, that energy of laughter? Have you ever, like, belly laughed so hard you cannot breathe and it hurts and you're like, oh my God, you know, isn't it just incredible? The body gets all this tension and squeezes and it comes out as this guffaw of laughter. I love it. Afterwards, I feel like I've got no problems at all. Like, nothing matters. It's just feel-good factor. The endorphin is on a different level.
Pure joy.
It is.
Pure joy.
It's like the Buddha, isn't it? Just saw the laughing Buddha. Just laugh at everything.
To be fair, though, I do. That's, I laugh through all the pain, all the fun stuff. But you have to find that kind of like that sweet spot, though. I think there's something incredibly powerful in finding humour in those moments.
The right moments, yeah. Not when someone's going for a I have to tell you a story recently. I was out on my run.
You and them bloody friends.
I was out on my run, right. And I had my dogs with me sometimes, and they're like sniffing. There was a guy with his dog, and he was a bit further away. Sorry about this. My dogs normally, like, they're with me, but it didn't. Because he looked like a friend of mine, I think my dog, Dobby, went over to say hello to him. Because he did look like someone, and I'd had my glasses on. And I've got my headphones on. I'm looking around this dog, and I could hear this shouting, and I'll turn around. I'm like, oh, sorry, hello. Like, looking. Is that? I thought for a minute, oh, is that my friend so-and-so? And obviously Dobby's gone alone, but he's on his dog like this. And I thought, oh, God, you know, should have just popped them in the lead. Even though, no, they're friendly. And there's people listening to this now, like, you should have had your dogs on.
Yeah, I can feel the
my
dog
dogs
brigade.
know that area. I'll just say it's a very open, expansive area, lots of green, and they go off into foraging bit and they do their business and stuff. Anyway, I was quite far away, I'll be honest. Anyway, I've gone, get here, you know, to me, get here, silly, you know. But he weren't happy. No. And, yeah, he projected a few words at me. And I'm like, what? And it's like, yeah, I won't say it, but apparently I'm a few things. Now, if I had not have, if I had had a different start to my morning, that would have been, not
fire
so
on fire.
great. And then, anyway, but I just found myself laughing. Just like, oh my God, stop. Have a great day. Sorry. Just like this as I'm walking, I just went, bye. I thought, I'm not engaging. I'm not. That's not mine.
Yeah.
That's his. There was a way better way to, you know, okay, I admit, I should have just for that moment popped him on the lead. But my dogs are great.
Yeah.
You know, they're so friendly. They're so well socialised. So that was definitely on me. But the how I reacted and how I responded is all, it's on us, isn't it?
Of course
so
it
we're going to
is.
get that. Sometimes people come into our orbit, and it happens a lot when you're driving, I bet. I've done it loads of times. Not bad. You know. And I've had it done to me, but we all do it. But now I find myself going, with all love and light, get out of the way, bitch, get out of the way. And then I laugh. And I just like wish them well, because you don't know what people are carrying.
Yeah.
You don't know where they're at. You don't know what they're experiencing that day. And, like just going back to that run, that guy, I don't know. His dog might have been attacked at some point previously, and he was in fear, and I get it. So I didn't think about that after, but I was a bit taken aback by
the words.
Okay. All right. It's just quite funny. But life, I didn't expect that to happen when I went out the door for a run. Life is always doing itself. Life is always, energies are coursing through people. We could be crossing the road, and I've had experienced someone bouting it. And it doesn't matter how, if I was going a bit slower.
Yeah.
If that was someone elderly or someone with a pushchair, sometimes people are just not switched on. They're not aware. And then you experience kindness and good mornings and hellos. I love it. Because I live opposite school. There's these key people that go out and they sit up the park. These old boys, they're just like, little tin of beer. And they're just sound. And sometimes in my morning run, we have a chat, we talk about the life and this, that and the other. And then sometimes in the school holiday, in the school terms, the kids will be going to school and it's good morning, the parents, you can see I've been there doing that, You see where people are at, and just a smile and a good morning and hi makes all the difference to people's lives, doesn't it?
The trajectory of people's days.
Huge. But you also can change your own, what's that word? Trajectory.
I don't know. Why are you asking me to say it again?
Navigate your own day. But yeah, so just like little stories, little shares.
I love it.
Where we're at, and I'm so proud of you. You're amazing.
I'm proud of you. I wasn't expecting today to happen, but it always makes me feel kind of like, okay, I'm doing the right things when we catch
100%.
up. So
you are a grafter, Taylor. You've always got a lot going on, and you just keep going. You keep doing it. You're growing. Love that. That was something I wanted to kind of say recently, where I'm at, and I feel this is what's happened with you as well. Is I've been repotted many times. I've just not long written a chapter on this. So beautiful. I realised how many times I've been repotted in life. how many times I've been in a pot that it was becoming suffocating. I couldn't breathe. It was all friction. And now I feel like I've been rooted.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So for those of you who have experienced that, been potted, growing, potted, repotted, now you're in the ground. It's like total different world. And yeah, it's magical.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
You like it? Keep growing. Get yourself rooted. Amazing. Things start shifting and changing around you as well. Things come in that you didn't expect. Expect the unexpected, but be open to life and look after yourself. That's it. I think that's all we've got for today. So please hit the like and subscribe button. It's free. Get lots of views. Just need more people to actually subscribe. Really do appreciate it. I hope you've taken something, derived something from today that's kind of made you laugh or inspired you. But wherever you're at, keep going and be kind to yourself. So, till next time.